memorial service for Michael Jackson. They're dealing with the legal issues, not only the kids, but the estate. And still, they have a lot of questions as to the circumstances surrounding Michael Jackson's death.
Jackson began taking painkillers, Valium and Ativan, to help him cope with chronic pain, a consequence to an accident involving the collapse of stage rigging during the Dangerous tour, and for joint inflammation from lupus. He started taking Xanax for panic attacks and stress, stemming from the allegations made against him of child abuse. The stress of the allegations also caused Jackson to stop eating, and he lost a significant amount of weight. With his health in decline, Jackson's friends and legal advisors took over his defense and finances. They called upon him to settle the allegations out of court, believing that he could not endure a lengthy trial. Tabloid reactions to the allegations put Jackson in an unfavorable light. Complaints about the coverage and media included everything from bias against Jackson, accepting stories of alleged criminal activity for money, to accepting confidential leaked material from the police investigation in return for money paid. On January 1st, 1994, Jackson settled with the Chandler family and their legal team out of court in a civil lawsuit for $22 million. After the settlement, Jordan Chandler refused to continue with police regarding criminal proceedings. Jackson was never charged, and the state closed its criminal investigation, citing lack of evidence. In 2003, Jackson was charged with 7 counts of child sexual abuse and 2 counts of administering an intoxicating agent in order to commit that felony. All charges involved the same person making the allegations.
I made only this one doll from Michael Jackson.
Michael, stay up. You know, we behind you, and leave the boys alone. Stay away from them. Don't be close to them. We love you, though, and we're behind.
With Michael, when you have 9 children in a 2-bedroom home, you're sharing beds. You know, you are sharing beds. Kids are going to bed, and that you have to have discipline. And Joe and Catherine were very smart to have discipline, because you cannot have chaos with that many people roaming around a little 2-bedroom house. So with Michael in sleeping arrangements, it was nothing. Plus, they shared hotel rooms. They shared beds in hotel rooms, and that's what people don't understand. With Michael, the bed wasn't about sex. It was about going to sleep or watching TV or having pillow fights.
So I don't think it's really about him. It's bigger than that. I believe it's really politics behind that.
Jackson denied the sexual abuse allegations, saying that the sleepovers were in no way sexual in nature. The People versus Jackson trial began in Santa Maria, California in 2005, 2 years after Jackson was originally charged.
When people talk about Michael admitted that he shared his bed with children, what happened was, as someone that was in the courtroom, what happened was Michael would be in the bed, they would watch TV, they'd fall asleep. Once they fell asleep, Michael would make a cot on the floor with sleeping bags and a whole bunch of blankets, and he would leave the kids in his bed, and he'd go sleep on the floor.
Outside, there was a large crowd of supporters that waited for Jackson. Fans cheered, they wept, and they hugged each other as they were waiting for the trial to end. During this period, the singer suffered from stress-related illnesses and severe weight loss that would alter his appearance. The trial lasted 5 months until the end of May 2005. He was acquitted on all counts. His lead defense attorney, Thomas Misereau Jr., told reporters on his way out of the courtroom that justice was done. Michael Jackson had a long relationship with the African American community, and it was controversial. When he was facing criticism, he had the powerful defenders as well. "He is one of our heroes," said rap artist and music impresario Sean Diddy Combs. "As African Americans, we're not going to let everybody beat him up." But some Black Americans always felt ambivalent about Jackson's legacy because of his cross-cultural appeal, his plastic surgery excesses, and his suspected drug addiction. When Jackson was cleared of the molestation charges, many in the African American community demonstrated forgiveness. On his blog, Earl Ofari Hutchinson suggested that Jackson's charitable side be his legacy. According to the Chronicle of Philanthropy, Michael Jackson supported dozens of charities, including USA for Africa, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. He was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records for breaking the world's record for most charities supported by a pop star. Michael Jackson has supported 39 charity organizations, either with monetary donations or through sponsorship of their projects.
I want you to know that I've decided to donate all my money I make from the performance to charity. There will be further press statements released.
In an interview, Jermaine Jackson talked about his famous family's determination to be a force for good, and specifically the humanitarian efforts with Earth Care.
Doing this for years. We try to instill the right messages through our songs because when people hear things, it plays a great deal on their mind, and so we have to say the right things in our lyrics. We have to say the right things in our songs and portray the right messages in our videos and stuff, and it's so important. So what we've tried to do with Heal the World, with the Earth Song, with Man in the Mirror and all these things, is sending out a message saying if you want the world to change, look at yourself first, then make that change.
Jackson founded the Heal the World Foundation in 1992, naming it after his hit song, Heal the World. The purpose of the charity was to provide medicine to children and fight world hunger, homelessness, child exploitation, and abuse. Jackson stated that he wanted to improve the conditions of children throughout the world. The foundation also brought underprivileged children to Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
Today, we come bearing gifts for the children of war-torn Sarajevo. In 1992, Sarajevo has become a symbol of so much that is tragic but avoidable in our world.
In November 1992, Jackson helped supervise the loading of 43 tons of medication, blankets, and winter clothes destined for Sarajevo, where children were being targeted by snipers. His charity collaborated with AmeriCares to deliver supplies and resources totaling $2.1 million to Sarajevo to be allocated under the supervision of the United Nations. The day after his death, the quiet Encino, California neighborhood where Michael Jackson grew up experienced a total transformation. Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009 at his home in Los Angeles, California.
I was here, we sell star maps, hot star maps on Carrollwood and Sunset, and I was here when the ambulance came, and I was shocked, and when I heard helicopters in the air, I had a feeling, you know, to just pack up my stuff, go to the hospital, and We were all praying Michael would be okay. We didn't know what was wrong.
Paramedic 33, what is the emergency? Yes, sir, I need to...
The whole world was frozen in shock and grieving a loss they have yet to understand. As the news broke, many remembered Michael Jackson saying, "People think they know me, but they don't. Not really. Actually, I am one of the loneliest people on this earth. I cry sometimes because it hurts. To be honest, I guess you could say that it hurts to be me."
He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not.
His personal physician, Conrad Murray, says he found Jackson in bed, not breathing, but with a faint pulse, and administered CPR to no avail. Paramedics took Jackson to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center, where he was later pronounced dead.
He's on the bed, sir. He's on the bed. Okay, let's get him on the floor. Okay? Okay, let's get him down to the floor. I'm going to help you with CPR right now, okay? We need him. We need a... Yes, we're already on our way there. We're on our way. I'm going to do as much as I can to help you over the phone. We're already on our way. Did anybody see him? Yes, we have a personal doctor.
Already, many alternative theories have surfaced about his death. In recent press reports, it appears that LaToya Jackson believes her brother Michael was murdered by a group of conspirators trying to get a hold of his fortune. She believes that they used powerful prescription drugs to keep Michael submissive and under control, and also keep him away from his family. She also claimed that roughly $2 million worth of cash and jewelry was taken from Michael Jackson's rented mansion and has not been accounted for. She felt that her brother did not want to perform the 50 London shows he had agreed to, but was pressured into that agreement. His death triggered an outpouring of grief around the world, creating surges of internet traffic and causing sales of his albums to soar. He had been scheduled to perform 50 sold-out concerts to over 1 million people at London's O2 Arena, which he implied during a press conference would have been the final concerts of his career. The press conference itself turned into a true Michael Jackson event, with its own Twitter page, which encouraged fans to rush to the O2 Arena just to witness Michael Jackson's in-person announcement. Of course, they did. But the press conference started 90 minutes late, and by then, ruining the surprise, the images of the tour posters were already on the web.
Thank you all. This is it. This is it. I just want to say that these will be my final show performances in London. This will be it. This is it. And when I say this is it, it really means this is it. I'll be performing the songs my fans want to hear. This is it. I mean, this is really it. This is the final curtain call. Okay? And I'll see you in July.
A galera do show